What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for another daily news update. And there's some good news and there is some, well, horrible news. The good news is that Kolomani is getting closer to joining the club because the club has decided to change its formula when it comes to making an offer for PSG, closer to a formula PSG wants, which is very good news. The very bad news is that we are not signing any defenders and that the club is happy with what they have, that the club is satisfied with the players they have in their squad, and that the club is not scared that we're going to leak goals week in, week out, as already proven that we will leak goals week in, week out, because the defenders we have are just not good enough, they're not quality enough, and they don't complement each other one bit at all. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do that, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and yeah, let's get straight into the Kolomani talk, because Fabrizio Romano came out late yesterday, or early this morning, for me, talking about the Kolomani situation, which is stuck at this moment in time, it felt, but he said there are strong signals out there that the club is going to change their formula, that the club is going to go to PSG and say we are ready to loan him with an obligation, easy to kick in, or even just buy him. Buy him, but not straightforward, not here we go, 45 million euros, whatever, but spread it out a little bit. That's what I talked about yesterday in my video. I was like, the club has no choice. You either sign Kolomani or you have no striker going to the new season. It's just basically as simple as that. Or you're going to stick with Vlahovic. I know the reports are out there saying that, oh, Vlahovic is having a fantastic preseason. He turned up and he was sharp and he was this and he was that. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, he can come up, turn up and be sharp and, gain muscle and whatever, that's not the problem for Vlahovic, when it comes to the contract and his performances recently. Those are not issues, so whatever report comes out when it comes to Vlahovic's fitness level and his professionalism showing up in training, I'm not going to applaud him for showing up in training because, well, you're on the contract. You need to show up. If you don't show up, you're unprofessional like Douglas Luiz and you need to leave. As simple as that, So we need a striker. Kolomani is the only option out there for us. I know there's Darwin Union links. Even today, Darwin Union links. That's not going to happen. So let's see how PSG is going to react to that offer. Are they going to accept that offer, or are they come back to the club and telling us, well, we're not going to do that because, well, we don't believe that that's a deal that we should be accepting coming from you guys, basically. So that's one report out there. The other report, it's a bad news, is from Michele Natali saying, well, Kelly is very, very likely he's going to stay at Juve. And this is not really about Kelly. Well, actually, it is about Kelly because he's not good. He's not a good player. He's actually a very bad player, in my opinion. He's not good defensively. The fact that we move him up to the left and we push him on a little bit more is all you kind of need to know when you do that with a defender. Then there are reports out there that, from Nico Schira saying that Juve told Rugani's agent stop searching for a club because Rugani can stay. And then there are reports out there that if we cannot sign Diallo, or Diallo, whatever, he could stay on as well. And I'm like, holy moly. The back line was already bad, Bremer is coming back again. In which capacity, we have no clue. We have no clue how Cabal is coming back. And even Cabal was not world class, or like it was up and down even when he was fit, before his unfortunate injury. You're gambling with your season. You can sign whoever you want in midfield up front. That back line is going to cost you another season. And with another season, I mean struggling and fighting for a top 4 place. That back line is poor. Rugani is bad. I don't know what, like, people watch him against Real Madrid and they're like, oh my God, 1v1 he's actually good. Have you watched him at Ajax? I doubt anyone watched as Ajax, which I don't recommend watching Ajax. I do that because it's on TV over here, so I watch the Dutch league. But I don't watch Ajax every single week. I watch them all. Feyenoord, PSV. I watch Dutch league because it's fun to watch. Rugani was bad in one of the worst Ajax sides I've seen in recent time, actually ever. And I know they were fighting for the title. I have no idea how they did that, but they bottled it with a 9-point lead or 8-point lead because they were bad, and he was a squad player, a bench player. He wasn't even the main guy. And you think he's gonna help this team? You think Kostic is gonna help this team? Diallo is gonna help this team? Oh my god. You're making it worse. You're adding bad players to a very bad squad. This squad is horrible. That back line is it? It's it's yeah, it's the worst I've seen in about 14 years. Easily. 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 Kelly cannot defend. Cambiaso cannot really defend, let's be honest. Joao Mario, we have no clue. What I've seen, not all that good. Kalulu, hot and cold. Rugani has good games, has very horrible games. Overall, that's not a squad that's going to compete. That's not a backline that's going to compete at the highest level. That's going to compete to struggle to make top four. And then you have Chiellini talking about, well, we were a bit unlucky against Real Madrid. We were not. We had Di Gregorio making save after save after save in that second half. It wasn't about luck. It was about Di Gregorio's quality. At Real Madrid, poor finishing. We had nothing in that second half. We couldn't defend. We couldn't attack. And you're talking about bad luck. It's bad quality. Like let's be just completely honest. It's bad quality. It's not bad luck. So the fact that they believe Kelly is good enough is just worrying on so many different levels. But that's the decision the club made. They're happy with him. We're going to keep Kelly, going to keep Rugani, maybe keep Diallo, keep Kostic, and we're going into the new season with which expectation? What do you think fans, what do you expect from fans? To be hyped? To back that? You can back it blindly. Like, I hope they prove me wrong. But I have zero expectations going into the season with that backline. I hope they prove me wrong. But I've seen it. I've seen these players, and they've not proven me wrong. Some of them for years. So now that's magically going to change? Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. So, yeah, that's it for today, I guess. Kolomani getting closer, and the backline staying bad. That's it. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think about that backline and what about, keeping Kelly, keeping Rugani, keeping all these players.